Hi guys, I'm coming from Aurelia. Back at ya, Aurelia, Ontario, Canada. If you're from the States, I'm north of you. I'm the most central part of Ontario. An hour and a half from Toronto. These are my happy fish. Man, I had no idea how much I was missing. Yeah, I know they're Rose, not Rose. Would have been a fitting name for you, but we already got a Rose. That's Casper. She was yawning. The whitefish. This guy right here. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. That guy is actually a girl. This is Scooter. And there's Bubbles. This one's Jules. This one's Pee-wee. Goldie. Wendy. Midas. Photo bomber. And Big Bubbles in the back. And we got the 4 unnamed ones back here. They're Dalmatian sailtail or sailfin. And they are actually 2 females, 2 males. They're in with these goldfish. The 2 females are pregnant. The males wouldn't leave them alone. Sound familiar? If you're a fish. Wow. Now, I seen a baby snail, and so did the fish, the goldfish. They knocked the baby snail down, so I'm not quite sure where the little snail's hiding. It's one of those things, eh? You get a snail and you don't know where it came from. And you look at your big Nyrite snail and you say, "Hey, did you have babies? Didn't tell me. Did you? Well, you better get looking after." No, they lay eggs above the surface. So, I'm not sure what actually happened. I haven't bought any foliage in a while. I added rocks, but you're not going to get a snail in the rocks. I rinsed all these rocks off. And I had bought these rocks from the dollar store. A little secret. I don't know if I want to tell you. Dollar stores carry this in the crafts, arts and crafts. You don't want the small ones when you have snails. If you got tiny fish like the mollies and the guppies and all those other things, well, you don't have to worry about the size of your gravel. These guys, I'm tired of doing first aid. They underestimate the size of the stone, suck up the food from the stone, and then I look at them swimming around with their mouth full of stone. And they're making a funny face. So out comes the little prongs that I have. And I bring them out. And that's when I remove the stone. It's bent tweezers, so you can put them in. It's on an angle. It's perfect for removing things. You don't want to be doing this if you're nervous if he's going to move or something. And you shove it at the back of their throat. You're doing a worse job than if you had left it. And sometimes they'll work it out themselves. But when you see them struggling and they're not getting help, that's when you jump in. Sorry, I had to refresh and tell other people when they do care for their goldfish, look for the size of the stones that aren't going to be sucked in with their food. Isn't that right, Goldie? I've never had to remove one from your mouth, have I? But Betty Boop, well, twice. Don't look at me that you're innocent. You sucked those stones in like you haven't eaten in forever. Isn't that right? Ooh. These guys are happy, happy, happy. Look at them. It's like I had scrubbed the crap out of this, feeling sicker than a dog. And you know what? There's more green, but I don't care. They're happy. I did my job. I cleaned their poo-poo. That's what they're breathing, or they could take in. I don't like it. I changed their filters that are meant for 70-gallon tanks. We have 2 of them. And they are hanging on the back. I have reusable sponge and reusable pad, and I use the little bag that has the charcoal filter in it. That's good for neutralizing a lot of things in the water. And it's also got that, what's those little white things that are in the bag that go in there? Who?
Ceramic?
Yeah, in the ceramic. I didn't quite read anything on the ceramic, but a lot of people must know something. And we used to buy a lot of this. Now we're going for the tougher stuff. And we can scrub, wring them out, and reuse them. Go into a big fish store, say hi, they'll greet you. And you want to be looking for something to put in your filter that's going to be sturdy, because you don't want to be running back and forth buying rolls of the other stuff. This stuff is worth its weight. Just like I was reading somewhere, someone was selling like 60 pounds of stone for $62, and I'm going, let's see, for $1.50 or no, $1.25 per bag, and I had 6 bags of one type and 6 of the off color type. I didn't spend no $62. You gotta look for little holes in the plan. Not to cheap out the fish. They still get their high quality foods. I make sure they have their brine shrimp frozen when I thaw it in the morning. They all get a big dose of it. That's because they are fish. They need to have their protein. And it's very healthy for them. I keep a bubbler going because a lot of fish like the bubble tickle. And oh, I thought Daniel's in here somewhere, and is that Becky? What's Daniel's girlfriend's name? On that coronation. Anyway, not important. We think things are important. They don't have any ears. They feel vibrations. They also sense food on the tips of their nose. They have two little bumps on their nose, which is used for smelling food, feeling vibrations. Hopefully good vibrations. Sorry, didn't mean to zoom in so much. I don't know what's causing all this stuff in the water. I hope our heat isn't on behind here. That would be a disaster. Oh, sorry for moving so quick. I have Bob. He wanted to make an appearance, and there he is. Anytime he sees me filming, he'll be laying on the floor or somewhere in the tank. He comes to the front. I guess he figures he's chopped liver. I'm taking pictures, videos of the fish, and he's just not in them. Sorry, Bob. I'll work harder for you. But hey, guys, I gotta unzoom this baby. Sorry for having it so zoomed in. I haven't been feeling well for, I guess this is day 11, but I'm getting over it, and I don't want to plaster my face in front. I don't want to scare anybody into the new year. Okay, I'm trying to be punny. Oh crap, we're having races going on here. For the time I spend on this tank cleaning, taking it apart, that pipe was taken out. It was cleaned, and I run a brush through it, and little bits of plant get pulled in, and it'll block it up. Remember to remove it. If you got really tiny fish in with your other fish, watch to make sure they're not being pulled into your intake. It wouldn't be pretty. Oh, look at you, Jules. You're just amazing. Oh. How lucky am I? I got beautiful, 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 happy fish. I'm not being sappy. I'm being realistic. They don't mind me sitting next to them all day when I'm not well. I mean, they don't mind looking at me. Either does my husband. But sometimes he needs to go out. Yeah, the cats have a good look at these guys and think, wow, this is great. We've got dinner and it's fresh. And I had a little talk with them. I said, we'll get you fresh. These fish are not for you. They're your mother's. And I'm not even going fishing anymore. Not even sport fishing. It did me in. I couldn't face myself. I couldn't pick up a fishing rod, put on a worm or a lure, throw it in the water, and rip a hole in the mouth of a fish. I enjoyed the crap out of that. Not ripping the crap out of the fish, but just fishing. But now that I'm around these beautiful, beautiful creatures, and they're not stupid either. I couldn't imagine going out there and dropping a line. And I won a fishing rod I'm proud of. In an instant, I wouldn't ask for any money for it. I'd just give it to someone who wants to go fishing. I got some lures. Because you know what? Not interested in fishing anymore. I'm not eating the fish. I see no sense of hurting them. Isn't that right, old Bubbles? There's bubbles that formed inside the glass, so it actually looks like there is a haze on the glass, but it is not a haze. I'm thinking maybe it's warmer than it should be behind here. I will investigate. I don't have the heat turned on. We're in the bottom part of this big Sentry home, and I'm not cold at all. I forgot to introduce you to this guy. He's a red cap, fancy tail goldfish. I paid $34 for him. It's not the money, it's just seen him there and I thought, this is a while ago. I seen him there and I thought, oh my, you're just beautiful, look at you. Such character. So I called him Little Red. Anyone who knows me, I lost my large cat who was 13. His name was Little Red. He was a pesky cat, but I loved him. He said he was the boss and he pushed the other two cats around. Dominance. I was here longer. That's what he was saying. But fish, they're pretty much the same if they're even in community. You get some fish that may get a little bit wormy. What a choice of words. They may start chomping on your lovely plants you put in. Isn't that right, Jules? You've been caught. You know what I think of that? I'm not happy. Do you think that's smart? That is supposed to aid you with breathing. You know, plants, trees. See, I can't put trees in there. I'm putting plants in. Guys, you've ripped everything to pieces. I used to have a long stalk of green right there and it's gone. The stalk? Well, I don't see the stalk anymore. And this isn't real, but this is real. The fish, actually two of the female Molly Dalmatian sailfins are expecting. They're not too far along. I didn't even think they were mature enough to be pregnant yet. I had them since last summer. They were left over from the fish I gave away. They were too small and they didn't want to leave. Imagine getting up and sitting down. You have a timer on your light, you're not fiddling with it. Sitting there having your coffee or whatever. Light comes on, the fish are all staring back at you. It's great. How could you not enjoy that? Everybody has a hobby. If you have this hobby, embrace it. Learn as much as you possibly can. Because when you know something and you run into it, you'll say, hey, I know what to do. How important is that to you? Did you want to feel reluctance? Did you want to be happy like the fish are supposed to be? You know? Don't worry, be happy. Learn. Follow the guidelines for your fish. It's not really hard, people. It's great. And you know what? You'll forget how much you paid for your fish and how much your tank cost. You paid cash. You got rid of all those 7 fish tanks because you were addicted. That was me. And you figured 1 fish tank, 60 gallons at home, 160 gallon at the trailer. Yeah, that's the way it's got to be. I'm not shutting down one and carrying it ever again. I'll replace it first. So that is why we have two. You have to cycle the tank. You have to make sure the tank is going to be livable. I don't care how many times I scrubbed this. As soon as I had cleaned water, you can tell there's maybe 1 degree difference in temperature when we were adding it in by hose through the sink, through the hose, and into the tank with the medicine. With the neutralizer, the one that calms your water tank woes. I won't mention anything. Everybody's got a favorite. I didn't put anything on purpose pointy in here. I've learned what to not put in here. You have any little sharp castles or things, like I had that mermaid and it was holding a dolphin. Well, they get rambunctious, these guys. They weren't happy unless they're whipping through this tank. Right now they're having a feeding frenzy. Isn't that right, Casper? Yeah, I know, you're a chatterbox. Feeding frenzy, yes. What was I saying? Never mind, it mustn't have been important. Have you ever heard that one before? I hope people have a good and safe time between now and New Year. And Happy New Year, just in case I don't get another film in. Bob, you're bobbing. What do you think you are, a bobber? Bob, 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 Baran. Oh, Bob, 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 Baran. Oh, Bob. Oh, you land. You cool. Isn't that right, Pipsqueak? No? Okay, guys. I do my best trying to keep this glass clean every day. I've cleaned it today as well. But you know what? I'm not going to tell you. You're going to know. It's bubbles on the inside and also algae. You have a lot of bioload when you have goldfish. I don't have a heater in there. I got a nice base. It kind of resembles something. Well, they wouldn't see any seashells or plastic green stalks of reeds. But hey, they can nibble on the green stuff up there. But this is probably for me. And for some small fish to hide in if they feel vulnerable. Here's one of the mamas. There she is. That's our sailfin. Looks like part of her tail is patterned. It's not chopped up. It's not falling off. It's patterned, so it gives black on off-white. You can barely see it. Wow! Boy, these guys have a good time. To be a fish. Bloop, bloop. I wish. Bloop, bloop. My owners wouldn't sing. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop. See ya, folks. Don't forget, if you had a good time, if you didn't mind, hit the like button. Just be kind. See y'all soon. Remember to tune in to Carolyn's Aquarium Addiction. Ciao, baby.